Good morning, and we're back here on Sacred Crossings. My name is Michelle Ledbetter. I am a registered nurse, and I'm also certified in hospice and palliative care and have worked in that field for a little over 20 years. Um, this is a sacred channel. It's a very casual channel where we discuss life, death, and transition. And today I wanted to introduce something to you that really made a significant difference in my way of thinking. Um, and I'm just going to ask you to be open your mind to this, and after you hear this, sit with it and see what comes up for you. I don't know all the truths. I don't know the truths, but what I can do is share my experience. And in my altered reality experience with my near death experience 6 years ago, I had a lot of takeaways of the way that I was living life and the upside down thinking that I was going through. And I know I'm not alone in that. So this is why I share this channel with you. Today, we're going to talk about the Gospels of Thomas and the Gospels of Mary Magdalene. And if you haven't heard about those, these Gospels are not in the Bible. They are found in 1945, I believe, in Egypt. But the content of them is very interesting considering what we've been taught in our religious upbringing, or what I've been taught in my Catholic and Baptist upbringing. Um, so Jesus was asking people, one of the key messages in these books is, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. This is powerful. Jesus wasn't asking people to worship him. He was inviting them to wake up and to remember their own divine spark. This is key, guys. The gospel teaches that enlightenment doesn't come from outside systems or institutions, but from a deep inner knowing. The kingdom isn't a place we go after we die, it's a state of awareness we can enter right now. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the voice of the female soul or the feminine soul. The next text is even more revolutionary because it reveals something the early church wasn't ready to hear. You ready? Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute. She was a teacher, a companion, and a soul equal to Jesus in spiritual understanding. Her gospel shows a conversation between her and other disciplines after Jesus' death. When the men are confused and afraid, Mary steps in and reminds them what Jesus taught about letting go of fear, quieting the mind, and seeking truth not in form, but in spirit. She shares a vision where Jesus tells her that the soul's journey is about shedding the layers of the ego. Guys, I just made a video about this before I read this, and it just is confirming, right? The desires, ignorance, and fears that keep us stuck. The real resurrection happens inside us when we release what's false, and return to what's real. And you know what's real? Love, light, and unity. Some of the disciples couldn't accept her words, but Peter even admits that Jesus loved Mary more than any of the others. Not romantically, but spiritually. She had a wisdom the world tried to silence. So, why does this matter now? These gospels weren't included in the Bible because they empower the individual. They bypass the need for a church to control. And they elevate the voice of women. Mary Magdalene, a spiritual teacher. But their message is more alive than ever. And here's what I want you to really hear. And I sure hope that, yeah, we are. Okay. God is not outside of us. We are an extension of the divine. Salvation isn't about dogma, it's about awakening. The feminine voice matters, the heart matters. Love is the path, ego is the veil, and truth is already within. So, thank you for letting me share that with you. I would love to hear what you think about this. This also helps me reaffirm that heaven and hell are a state of mind, and that when we pass, when we leave, when our soul essence and spiritual energy leave our physical form, the only thing that is returning is love. We take love back to the love source from which we came. And many people call that heaven, but you can actually do that here and now if we can unwind the ego. So thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Mary Magdalene, for your message. And I hope people can hear it with open minds, open hearts, and move in that direction. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.